St Basil the Great's Orthodox Church is a church sitting right at 205 Highland Avenue in De Pere, and it stands as a beacon of faith and culture for many Orthodox citizens in St. Louis. Founded in 1983 by Father Martin, a former worker at St. Louis University who converted to Orthodoxy, the parish only began with 6 members. Over the following years, it slowly grew, outgrowing its original 800 square foot space that they originally bought from a former shoe polishing company. In 2011, plans for the new church commenced, and by the time of 2014, it was almost time for the church to be blessed by the Chicago Mid-America Diocese. So, by the time of September 5th, 2015, the first Divine Liturgy was celebrated, and they are officially a part of ROCOR and the collection of church dioceses in St. Louis in the Midwest. The architecture, inspired by traditional Russian Orthodox architecture, is prevalent all over the building. The church spans 4,200 square feet and can accommodate up to 400 worshipers at once. The layout symbolizes the Christian faith, and with the multiple center domes representing the reach for the heavens. The interior has rich tapestry of iconography, beautiful frescoes on the top ceiling, and is just littered with traditional Russian Orthodox Christianity. St. Basil's is more than a place of worship. It's a place of community, where people from Russian Orthodox backgrounds or all other backgrounds can come and convert and follow Orthodoxy. The parish serves as a spiritual home for many Orthodox students that are going to the local colleges and universities. As you can see, I'm showing you the inside of the church and all the different Oriental depictions and drawings of saints, littered with candles and plants representing life. The church's influence spans much beyond its own walls. It has sponsored many different mission trips, such as the mission trip of St. Mary of Egypt, to help students in Columbia University and other students around that area. St. Basil's, the Great Orthodox Church, stands as a testament to faith, resilience, and community. And it shows how St. Louis is bigger than just Catholic. As you can see now, these are the giant icon depictions of the life of Christ and stories of Christ, with Christ, of course, at the center of the dome. You can see right there at the iconostasis, where the Holy Eucharist commences, different depictions from biblical stories drawn on the wall. This right here are boxes full of pieces of clothing from saints and different holy people throughout time as a testament to the Orthodox faith. And right above there is the choir, where multiple people volunteer and sing during the Holy Liturgy. Here's a video I took from outside the church hall of the archpriest, Father Sergei, giving his announcements after the Divine Liturgy. For my interview of this project, I interviewed Sir Deacon Ephraim, who is the lead deacon at this parish at this current time. I asked him many important questions about why he became a deacon and how the church was founded and what it's going to be in the future to the many citizens of St. Louis who call this parish their home. So, why did you become a deacon?
Oh, well, my spiritual father, professor, asked me to, if I wanted to. So I thought about it, and that'd be nice. But it was kind of originally the question, you want to become a priest, and I was like, if it's God's will, but I know I'd probably like to become a deacon, first, if that's, if that's also God's will. So we'll see, because it came up because I had just gotten out of graduate school. He started this pastoral school. He was the founder and dean, and that's our diocesan seminary. And so we were talking about that, and I was thinking about maybe going with it. Just out of interest. That question kind of comes along with that, so that's kind of when that happened. Why I did it really ultimately was to serve God and try to use my talents, the best of my ability. I've been a vocalist for a long time, and I couldn't wait to do that again for the right reasons,
Of course. So, when did you first come to St. Basil?
I started visiting in about 2008, right after the reunification with the Moscow Patriarchate, and I visited for about 8 months to a year before I started the catechumenate class. I did that for a whole year as it was a requirement at the time, and that was in 2009. I was baptized in 2010.
Do you know anything about the original priest?
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Father Martin.
Yeah.
He was the archpriest, rector of the temple. He founded the temple in about 1985.
By temple, you mean church?
Yeah. He founded it. We were down on South City at the time. We got a small rental building. There used to be a shoe shine stand and a storefront. It's really a small garage almost. So they'd have a tent for overflow across the outside doorway. Most people had to stay in there. It's small inside. But they expanded it after 10 years, maybe 5-10 years. I'm not sure exactly. Yeah, he was a great, he did it by himself all the way from 85 to, and we got to Serbia in 2012. So, it's quite a thing,
So, was Father Martin the archpriest while he was here? Or was there another archpriest for it?
He was an archpriest.
Okay.
Just basically means you're an older priest.
Oh, okay.
Who's been elevated to the level of archpriest or protopriest.
Okay. What future plans do you think are going to happen here at the church? Especially with all the construction going on over there.
I think right where we're sitting or somewhere along the line right here, we'll have a hall built, hopefully a little bigger than this tent, probably within a couple of years.
Okay.
It's been on the agenda for quite a while now. Finish the iconography, frescoing. God willing.
God willing.
We really need it. As you can tell, we're sitting out here in the cold.
Right, yeah.
Preferable, isn't it?
Well, thank you so much, Deacon, for the interview.
All the best on your assignment. What do you...
Overall, St. Basil the Great's Orthodox Church has become a vital part to St. Louis's culture through its vivid spirituality and striking Russian architecture. It truly has its place in St. Louis. When I originally drove here at the beginning of the video, I took Baxter to Manchester to Barrett Station Road, then to the church. But if you're at Parkway West, you can take Clayton to 141 to 64 to 270 and get off at Doherty Ferry to arrive at the church. It's probably going to be about a 20-minute drive. Here's a pavilion poster from the church during the month of August, which is depicting Holy Week. The church has many of these and does it every single month, showing the calendar and what days are for fasting and what days are for not, vigils, liturgies, and all other times, including confessionals. Since I started going to this church about 2 years ago, I have found it to be a great place to express my spirituality and what I believe. I had originally came from the Egyptian Oriental Orthodox Church, but had left them to come to St Basil's due to theological differences and disagreements. These photos are from Pascha, or Easter, which is considered the greatest celebration in the Orthodox tradition and is celebrated with a great feast after a long night of veneration, praying, and the divine liturgy for Christ's resurrection. As you can see, the man in the center holding the cross is the current archpriest of the parish, Father Sergei, and to his right is Sir Deacon Ephraim, who I interviewed earlier. This is a picture of us setting up the tent outside because Easter was going to be rainy this year, so that everybody could still celebrate and we could accommodate all the people coming to the church. I really think that this church has a great place in St. Louis's history, even though it had been recently made. It has given people a lot of homes for spiritual worship, including me. Here's a picture of me getting baptized.